Hi! Hi, this is Janey, Imaani, and welcome to Emotional Awareness. So in this video, we'll be looking at tip number 2 on how not to care what people think, which is knowing exactly how you would like to be perceived and not perceived. And it's really important to understand exactly how you want the world to see you, because we spend a lot of our energies making sure that the world sees us in that way. For example, if you want the world to see you as educated and you meet someone new, you're probably going to slip in what type of school you went to, or that you have a master's degree or something like that. And so that's what we do. We have an image in our mind of what we think we should be, and then we try to make sure that the world sees us in that way. So according to Brene Brown's research, which is based on the real lives of people, she said that the top identities that women would like to be perceived as are things like attractive, nice, quiet, humble. And for men, it's must not be perceived as weak, must be seen as successful, and even things like being desirable to women can be quite important to them. So the reason why we want to be perceived in that way to begin with is because we equate those images to being good or bad, or worthy of respect, connection, or even love. And this is where it can get tricky, right? We work really hard on making sure that people see us in a certain light. You know, we put all this effort into it, and so when somebody doesn't see us in the way that we've worked so hard on, that's when we're most susceptible to caring, and that's when it hurts too. So for example, if you want to be seen as successful and you buy the right house and you buy the right car, and somebody comes over to your house and makes a comment like you're not, then that's going to really bother you. So for me, you know, even before I started this YouTube channel, I had to ask myself, what are the perceptions that I'm most afraid of? So I would hate to be perceived as, you know, just another millennial trying to be famous on YouTube, or, you know, why is this girl talking about psychology when she's trying to look like a beauty blogger or something like that. If somebody makes that comment, which they did, if I wasn't prepared for it, it could knock me out to the point where I don't have the courage to make the next video. You know, because that's how much negative comments can impact us. I remember I had a client who was a pharmacist, and he wanted to sell his artwork on the side, but he kept saying, oh, I can't do that, that's so girly, that's so feminine. And so he was so afraid what his peers and his family would think, right, that he didn't even try. Sometimes we're so scared of the judgment that may come our way that we don't even begin to think about what our passions or dreams may be. You know, and Dr. Brown, according to her research, going back to that, she also says that the people who are successful and have the courage to live the life that they want, they know exactly how they would like to be perceived and not perceived, and they're mentally prepared for that criticism. So even when it happens, it hurts, but they still have the resilience to continue. Like, it doesn't knock them out, they have the grit to keep going. So like, the main question becomes, if we spend all our energies making sure that we're perceived in a certain way, then where is our energy to nurture and develop our real gifts and the real us? And you know, and we know that mental energy and time are limited resources, and so it's important that we kind of remember to be cognizant of that and use it wisely. And the truth is that whether we're willing to be honest with ourselves about how we would like to be perceived, it still dictates how we think, feel, and behave every day. It dictates so many of our life decisions. But it's only if we know what they are that we can begin to change it. You know, so I have to ask you guys the question, you know, like, how are you wanting to be perceived? How are you afraid of being perceived? And how much of your time do you spend controlling all of that? So that's it for today. And in next week's session, I'll be sharing tip number 3 on how not to care, which is going to be about your personal philosophy. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and take care. Bye.